Muy buenos días, un saludo al misionero Miguel de Marín y a todos los ministros y a todos los hermanos de los diferentes países.
Good morning. Greetings to the missionary Miguel Bermudez Marin and to all the ministers and all the brethren in different countries. On this Tuesday, January 9th, 2024, we glorify the name of our Heavenly Father. We give all the glory, all the honor to the Creator of the heavens and the earth, to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who has allowed us to live in this glorious time, the time where the manifestation of God will be in the midst of His church in all of His fullness, bringing that resurrection and that transformation we are all longing for. The manifestation of God on earth has always been through a man. The manifestation of God at each time, in each age and in each dispensation, is in the midst of mankind, and it is through His instruments. Therefore, that manifestation of God, which was promised in the Great Tent Cathedral, which was spoken by our beloved brother, the Reverend William Marion Branham, where the fullness of God was in the midst of His church, in that place He was taken to, and was shown by the angel everything that was taking place there. That manifestation in all of its fullness in the midst of the people. What was he seeing there? He was seeing there that it was through a man. Because every time God manifests Himself, reveals Himself to His people, it is through a veil of flesh. It has always been that way. There is no other way for God to communicate to the people and for God to manifest Himself in the midst of the people unless it is through a veil of flesh. And we thank God that has placed us in the time where all those promises are being carried out. And God will fulfill in the final part of the fulfillment of the 10th vision. God will fulfill everything that was promised, which still needs to be fulfilled in the midst of the people. In the fulfillment of the promises, which in this end time, they pertain to the two most important ones, the resurrection and the transformation. In other words, the time when those promises will be seen being fulfilled is at this time. That is why we are so grateful to Him, that He has placed us to live at this end time, because it was in His thoughts, it was in His program, where each one of us, God thought of each one of us since before the foundation of the world to place us to live in the most glorious time of all times, the time where the most important stage would be fulfilled, which is the stage of the most holy place of that spiritual temple He has been building in its final stage, in the stage of the age of the cornerstone and dispensation of the kingdom. So, the lines have fallen for us in pleasant places, and great is that heritage, the heritage given to us. We find ourselves on this side of the auditorium of the Great Tent Cathedral, on the west side. Further toward the south, it would be southwest, at the corner, where this concrete is being poured on this stretch of the road. The first truck has just arrived. And the rest, well, we're going to continue preparing it. The weather is quite good. And also on the area where they're bringing the backfilled material, where they're extracting this material to backfill and carry out the pertaining levels for the part of the road. And now, well, we have prepared already quite a stretch here. where we are pouring this stretch today. We're going to pour about 120, more or less, 120 feet linear. This is about 30 feet wide, and let us say in this stretch it would be about a quarter of the stretch that will connect to the part of the road on the other side that adjoins with the western part of the auditorium. So may God bless you and keep you. And today we will be carrying out this work of pouring this concrete here in the Great Tent Cathedral. May God bless you and may God keep you and have a day full of great blessings.